Well, many of y'all know about me and the blue horse, Little Joe, and how difficult he can be to catch, and, well, just kind of an all-around prick. But I separated him, put him in a little dry lock because he was a little overweight, and he's been eating out of a feed bag. That's no problem. But what I've been doing with him is when I come in to catch him, I got to kind of come up from behind him, rub on his neck a little bit, and kind of just coax him into being caught. And but the other day, and this is what I do with a lot of my horses when I'm giving them a scrubby bath, is I go up along their crest, their main line, and I rub really hard on it. And there's a bunch of nerve branches that come up into that area. Say like, I think it's the C7 and CH1 area that's real sensitive, and then up by I think it's the C2 and C3. A bunch of nerves hit those areas, and they really find that, I guess, I use the word euphoric, I guess. But this morning I came to the fence, and Little Joe walked up to me and let me kind of scratch on his head a little bit, and I didn't have feed bags or anything, and I was just checking the rain gauge to see how much rain we had, and he came up to the fence, and so I figured, well, maybe I'll walk over there and see if he'll come to me. And sure enough, he did. Usually he just walks away, goes to the other side, and then he started letting me scratching him on the head, on the forehead, on the face, and so I walked down the fence, and he followed me down the fence and stopped and came to me, and he kind of turned to me a little bit and relaxed, started licking his lips, and just right now he's being a little, I'm not trying to catch him, he's wanting to get around me a little bit. But in the famous words of I believe it was Steve Dalton from Roadhouse, be nice, just be nice. And that's all I've done with this little horse. And he seems to be changing. I know he's probably 6 now. Hey, buddy. And but I'm right behind him, and sometimes you got to come up behind him, and I'll just scratch him on the butt. Hey, buddy. And there you go. And getting this horse to really look at me is hard. There you see him now. He's starting to look at me, and he never does that. Hey, bud. And I'll come up, and there. He never acts curious with me, and now he does. And he's not being such a prick anymore. Hey, bud. And so I can come up beside him like this, and I got no food, nothing, and he can be coaxed a little bit by food, but not much, which is strange. But I'm just spending a little more time with this horse. 1, he's got to go back to work. 2, because he's for sale. And start taking him back to the roping pen, but I just need him in a better state of mind. And now I'm starting to come up his neck a little bit. I don't know if you can see, and then we'll get up here closer, and the spine runs down this way, but the nerve branches run all up here. And so I'm gonna, let's see if we can find it, and he'll stick his head up. There it is, right there, and watch him. He'll start to lift his head, and then so I'm gonna move further up the spine, or not up the spine, but up the crest, and up these nerve branches. And then you'll watch when I get closer up here, he's going to want to pick his head up a little bit. Where's that spot? Right there, right there. And then I'll come back down his mane. And I've noticed since I started doing that with this horse, I can't explain it. I mean, I can, but it's going to take a really long time, and I know y'all probably get sick of my long-windedness and rambling on. But I kind of want to just point this out, that as tough as this little horse is, and what I'll do is usually when I take my hands off of him, he wants to walk away. I mean, he just, don't want anything to do with me, and now I'm just rubbing up all under him. And what I'll do is take my hand off of him now, and that's about the time when I take my hand off of him, he wants to walk away. And I'll step away, and atta boy. And he just stands right there, and now he's looking at me. Aren't you? And that's something this horse does not do. And the fact he hadn't moved, he hadn't taken a step away. There you go. So, my TED Talk for the day. Be nice. Good boy.